Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. No do. Okay. So back to my subject. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just happy that she was able to get on the show. And Sister T, God bless her, man, I appreciate that so much, because I was trying to explain to her, because I woke her up out of her sleep, because she's, like, I know that a lot of people feel like, you should have to work for your stuff, you gotta earn it. And trust, believe me, I've earned this life that I got right now. But I really feel like if somebody helped you get to where you were, or help you to the next level. So telling somebody's story and being able to say it, and so I'm glad that she said you want to talk about it, and she put it out, tell your daughter to get you some exercise. And so she's getting ready to go to the rehab. So if you see this, little motivation, just pretend. That's my secret, one of my secrets. I pretend, and then usually it comes true. Oh, and so my boy has a gut man, and he's clean, and it's just so sad because that's his buddy. So I have to keep an eye on my son, and I'm gonna dedicate some attention to my other son and give him the mama's cooking, because they deserve it. They deserve it. No matter how much I complain about certain things, Oh, and that's another story. I'm gonna talk about the one story about my okay. And see, when I say bug dancing, I'm making a joke, okay? Bug dancing to me, I know it means like sell out, or you showing off in a bad way, but I'm gonna make it sound like somehow a little bit of a good way. So when I'm going to hang out, I'm like, or if I want attention, I'm bug dancing, just like and then I can do that because I am seductress, okay? I have matured. I am seductress, okay? And so before I go, I want to touch a bit on double speaking, because Angela, she didn't let up. And some people don't agree with her tone, but if you see the video, if you just might happen to see it, just my video, when I said I speak at 8 minutes, I said the same thing that she said. However, there's nobody on the panel talking to me, and I am using a different from American or English language or accent, and that was, to me, just to kind of soften it up a little bit, because when you have children, like, everybody got somebody that love them, but at the same time, there was that accountability thing for men that needed to be addressed. And I didn't want to say too much because I really didn't, because of those trolls, and when they use the trigger words and they're trying to make me and Kwame have something like this in a negative light. I guess that just kind of made me feel a little reluctant, but it's time for me to get over insecurities. I can't be like that every time. Because, man, oof, blind date, and I'm going to tell y'all about that on another video. And it was the best I could get, but immediately one of my sons needed to talk at that time. It just okay, so he needed to talk, and then the gentleman was working. So when I do meet me, they're usually working. So he had quite an audience, and me, I was in my little uniform for the one I did the video for my dad and his song. And when I say Queen Nanny them calling it in the yard, I'm referring to my ancestors and some family things that stories and things that have came down through the generations, and due to the way my life is, and the way that my dreams, things around me resonate, that's it's like this, sometimes spirits coming in and spirits coming out. So that spirit and my stinginess of my chakras, and I wasn't always like that, but it always takes something to happen to make it happen. So anyway, but that double speak is very detrimental, because that's used in everything. That's used in wars. That's what the politicians use. That's how I came. That's how I ended up, hanging out. And yeah, I'm trying to soften the blow. That's how people do child molesting. Like, how when they try to make the kid like it, or tell them they're gonna get in trouble, or it's their fault, and then when you're dealing with people and it's not a fair exchange, there's some people in ignorance. I don't think that's an excuse for people to take advantage of another person. I don't care. So being able to double speak, and I don't believe that when KB said that he adding it in the traumas, or they add their traumas, they do that in conversation, but in my nice, humble, double A way, that is double speak. That's like the way that some will carry on a relationship and be like, did I say the words? They'll be done moved in with the chick, done bought her a house or whatever. I did not tell you. And to me, the way to remedy that, and I'm more on the radical side, but I'm on the radical side because I agree with a lot of my father's concepts and ideations. Rastafari, Yoruba concepts mainly. But I can also acknowledge, even though I love my father to death, he was misogynistic, and that double speak, he know very well what that was. And before he passed, I remember we had that incident that the men be describing when they realized they daughters done been treated with the same disrespect that they done treated women, even though they trying to isolate the situations. And I also gave men they little up thing, just like Angela. She's like, men don't have a problem having sex. They acting like they gonna have a problem with having sex, but in my experience, and Kwame said this is rare, I don't want to have no pole. I used to congregate in the women's groups. Now it's not rare for a certain type of woman to be a target to a certain type. And then the rich and famous part, I'm a little confused a bit on what that means. Let's speak in monetary terms. One of my siblings, I got 13, became a millionaire. And I was hesitant to say that, but she put it on Facebook so people kind of know, and she's been in some videos, so when you public like that, people can look you up. But is it okay for her to be like that if she becomes rich, but then not your daughter? That's double speak, and we just need to give each other the same respect and acknowledge that we're doing that, and the implementation of, I'm not going to get into my ideologies and my concepts right now, because I had to realize that people do pay attention to me, whether I got views or not. And I'm not saying people do what I say, but I do know when I was working in the corporation field, I had the awesome chance to be in front of people. Although I complained, I yelled, and I ranted about the bullshit and just the, awareness that I got when I realized that I was being categorized and compartmentalized. So realizing my background and who I am in my bloodline, my lineage, my ancestral lineage, and as I relate to the world and as a person, has really did me justice. Ooh, okay, that's 12 minutes. Alright, so wish me luck, prayers, and y'all, we just asking for respect, and we got different belief systems, but it is what it is. Just mutual respect. The truth is the truth, and a lie is a lie, and a bullshit and a bullshit. But as long as you told the truth, double talk, double talk.